It is the Monday edition, Mr. Relevant. I'm Alex Strouf with you from the Gruber offices. One call that's all studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. Josh DiMaggio, Will Sommers, Hunter Vaughn all here. Josh just put a Happy New Year hat on my head as he walked into the studio a minute late, per usual. Packers lose to the Broncos 34-26. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter at all today. It's all about Micah Parsons, as just a few minutes ago officially confirmed that Micah Parsons has torn his ACL and has a minimum of a 9-month recovery in front of him. So we'll likely not see him, if I was to guess, probably until October of next season, which is brutal. It's brutal. Everything, as Packers fans, every expectation we had was morphed and changed by the addition of Micah Parsons. And throughout the course of the season, you saw the difference maker he was, the field tilter he was, the way he changed the dynamic of the Packers defense was massive. It's hard to comprehend. And now you will have to move forward without him. That is a horrible, horrible, horrible loss for this Packers team. You know, we talk about it all the time. Okay, you know, if you are, you know, if you aren't to lose anybody, if you're to pick a couple players that remain healthy and your Super Bowl odds remain intact, I think the order would go Jordan Love 1, Micah Parsons 1B, and then maybe Tucker Kraft. And now you have to figure out a way to attempt to win a Super Bowl or attempt to win a playoff game and attempt to win the NFC North without Micah Parsons and Tucker Kraft. And that hurts a lot. You know, I've said it for a few months now. I still think it's going to be really hard for this team to win the Super Bowl without Tucker Kraft. They're not winning the Super Bowl without Micah Parsons. You can go ahead and rule the Super Bowl expectations as over and done with. It sucks because I still think this is a good team. I still have a lot of belief in this quarterback. I still have a lot of belief they can go to Chicago on Saturday and win that game. But the Super Bowl you can count out. And obviously the 1 seed with the loss yesterday, you can count out. So excited to read some of your comments, some of your thoughts on losing Micah Parsons. We will talk about that for the next hour here on Mr. Irrelevant. But Super Bowl expectations out the window. Can they win a playoff game? Maybe, but that changes everything for this team, which sucks. We'll welcome in Josh DiMaggio, who I know is probably in a terrific mood.
I still have both my ACLs, so my mood can't be that bad.
Oh, that was unnecessary.
Hey, it's going to be okay, but the Super Bowl's done. The expectations are gone. Here on out is expectationless football. The Super Bowl that remains for the Packers is potentially ending up at the 7th seed and facing the Bears and sending them home in Wild Card Weekend.
Yeah.
That's the type of thing we have left to look forward to. I do think Jordan Love is talented enough to will the Packers to some victories. I don't think like the Packers are going to lose out.
No, I don't either.
But I don't think there's any real hope of a run happening here. This team is just different. I know people have tried to make the comparison to the 2011 Super Bowl, 2010 team. It's a lot different when there is a guy that has such a gravitational force as Micah Parsons does.
Yeah, it'd be insulting to compare him to 2010 Clay Matthews.
Yeah, no, it's not even close. And Clay Matthews is an all-time Packer great. Micah is that much more talented and gifted than Clay Matthews was. It's just, it's defeating. You felt like, just take yourself back to the moment before the Packers threw that interception to Christian Watson where he got injured. Looks like his injury is not going to be a long-term thing. But as Jordan reared back and let that one go, I was thinking, wow, here's the dagger. This puts the game away if this turns into a touchdown.
Yeah, that's 6. That game's over.
Yeah. The Packers, all the stuff about it being a Super Bowl preview was not exaggerated. Both those teams are very good.
Yep.
And then the Packers would have probably boosted themselves into the elite category. They would have, I thought they were already inching there, but defeating an 11-win team who won 10 straight, that fully marks your place.
Hold on. I want to make it very clear because, again, I do think the Packers' Super Bowl chances have dramatically gone down the toilet. It's about as close to done as it could be. I still think this is a team that's very capable of winning out the remainder of the regular season at Chicago, home against Baltimore, at Minnesota. I think you can win all three of those games. I think they're all winnable, even without Micah Parsons. And if you are to miss Christian Watson, Evan Williams, and Zach Tom for any amount of time, but it seems like those final three avoided catastrophes and disasters, so they could return this Saturday in Chicago. But I just don't think this team can compete with the likes of the Rams. If the Eagles have turned it around, they had a shutout win against a bad team yesterday, so I don't know how much you can say they've stopped the implosion, but a nice win for the Eagles. If they find a way to turn it around and compete to their full strength and fully what we believe they can be, I don't think the Packers are on their level. Obviously, there's a couple other teams in the NFC that worries me. But the other thing that worries me about this Micah Parsons injury specifically is Rashawn Gary. He's going to get more snaps. He's going to get more opportunities. He's going to be the guy that defenses key in on. And I saw a stat from Ken Ingles today. He does not have a sack or a tackle for loss in any of the previous 7 games played for the Green Bay Packers. That ties the longest streak in Rashawn Gary's career without a sack or tackle for loss, dating back to 2019, his rookie season, when he was a rotational piece behind Za'Darius and Preston Smith. So to say that Rashawn Gary has not been good is probably an understatement at this point. He's been so inefficient when you have a game wrecker opposite of him, and now he is going to be looked upon as, if not the dude, certainly one of the dudes, with Kingsley Enagbare and Lucas Van Ness. This defense probably is not anywhere near as good as we thought they were without Micah Parsons. You saw what Bo Nix was able to do in terms of passing. It was the best day of Bo Nix's career. And look, wind out of the sails, air out of the balloon. Micah Parsons going down changed that game and allowed Bo Nix to just run rampant on the Packers defense in the final quarter, just a little bit over. But without Micah Parsons, this defense is not nearly as good as we have gotten used to this season. And that's a scary thought because the Packers defense is good, but without Micah Parsons, are they as good as they can be? Of course not. Are they a top 5 group? Probably not. They still a top 10 unit? Maybe. But to Joshy's point, the key to the recipe to success now, the key to success, the remainder of the regular season and hopefully still the postseason, is Jordan Love needs to be excellent. Jordan Love needs to win you games. Jordan Love needs this offense to score a lot of points. You need to out-duel the opposing offense from this point forward. It brings you back to the good old Aaron Rodgers days where you might have to score 35 points to win now. Matty chimes in on the ESPN Milwaukee chat. He says, without Parsons, they are average. The defense is, yeah. They are. I mean, you saw the defensive backs struggle. You know the defensive line is now without Devontae Wyatt and Micah Parsons. Those are huge losses. But we'll see. I mean, you do luckily have one of the best defensive coordinators in the National Football League who is still auditioning for head coaching jobs. So can he dial something up this week in Chicago? Can he dial something up against Lamar Jackson? Can he lead you to victories over the course of the next 3 weeks, get you into the postseason? And once you're in the dance, anything can happen, I guess. Sure. But we will see. I think down in the dumps is a fair way to describe the mood of this program today. Joshy, all right over there? Just let me get it all out.
Yeah, I mean, I expected you to go on and on about this. You were in a bad spot last night. There was some lashing out. There was some sticking it to Will that I could feel you having underneath.
What are you talking about?
Our text message was our text message group.
Yeah.
You seemed a little on edge.
I don't know about that. I think I was just stating facts. The Packers are a better team than the Bears. What's wrong with that?
Well,
I was being a little playful, and then I feel like it was. I almost felt like I had to say sorry.
What did I do? What did I say?
You were being a little mean.
yeah.
Just a little bit.
Did I say something
I can take it, but
did I say something that bothered you?
No.
Your tone was a different tone
Than we're used to?
Yes.
Well, it's a little bit hard to be the happy guy yesterday.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm just going to get this out of the way. You can make fun of me if you want. I had a bad weekend overall. I cried on Saturday night watching John Cena's final wrestling match.
Oh, my God. You did not.
Whose fault is that?
I watched my childhood hero ride off into the sunset.
You
and I
mean
was
quit
very
off
emotional.
into the sunset. Don't get it twisted. He quit.
He retired.
He tapped out.
I'm not.
They wrote him to tap out. They wrote him to quit.
It's not real. Well, yeah.
He quit.
He wrote it.
Quit.
He quit.
It's his decision. It's what you do.
Quitter.
When
He's
you
a quitter.
retire when you retire, well, yes, that's the whole
They could
point.
see him.
I'm not going to
Never give up. It's the art of what they were doing.
I don't
Yes.
want to get into the whole WWE
art.
thing,
Don't
but
you
if something
dare
like
say
that's
art.
ruining your weekend,
I don't know why we're lashing out at a multi-billion dollar business.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
You're a 27-year-old man crying about John Cena in your
Yeah, it's the end of my childhood.
in your men in underwear opera.
Yeah.
Strouf, I hate to break it to you, but your childhood
know,
kind of
yeah.
ended about 15 years ago, pal. You're about
are you
15
sure
years
we're the
too
ones
late.
that are lashing out?
Yeah, I'm the one lashing out.
Dude,
Clearly.
I had a great weekend. Badger volleyball in the Final Four. Feeling so
who?
good. Nebraska loses in the Elite Eight. Final Four is wide open.
Hunter who?
I just said Badger volleyball won.
Who asked?
Hunter, how did you not
Nobody
see that
asked.
coming?
Nobody asked.
That was bad. You can't fall for that. He asked like 10 times.
Nobody asked if you had a great weekend. I didn't. Is the ultimate point here. I did not have a great weekend. I didn't.
You cried over
You
grown
cried.
men in underwear. Like, yeah, we know you had a bad weekend. You're pathetic. We get it.
Was there anybody around you?
Yeah, my girlfriend was there.
Oh, man. There's no way you could look her in the eyes after you cried over another man in his underwear, tapping out. You might be the most
Was he wearing
pathetic
jorts?
person in the state of
Does he tap in
Wisconsin.
shorts? He can't tap in shorts.
Oh, that's even worse.
Were you wearing jorts?
No, I wore my John Cena t-shirt to pickleball Saturday morning, but then I sweated through it. So
I think you
swallowed it.
should wear jorts for the week in solidarity.
That's actually a terrific idea. I wish I would have thought of that.
I mean, how can I talk about Micah Parsons when I got you crying over jorts? This is so unserious.
I needed to lighten the mood a little bit, and I figured I would come clean on that. I didn't like ball, but I when they played the tribute video, man, I lost it.
Oh, my God.
I lost it. I lost it a little bit. I mean, it's sad. I like.
Did you cry when Brett Favre?
Yeah.
retired?
Oh, yeah. So actually, yes.
How old were you?
The first time I cried. So actually, it's funny you say that because this dates back to wrestling. When Ric Flair lost to Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania, it was like a couple weeks after Brett Favre retired. And I cried when Ric Flair lost, and I said, Brett Favre and Ric Flair the same week. I was like 8.
Nothing's changed.
I believe I cried over a presidential election when I was like 4 because I really wanted one of them to win, and I can't remember who it was or what. Obviously, I'm not somebody who has political opinions, nor am I even aware of my parents' political opinions at that age. So I just remember being told the story of maybe I was like 6. That's probably one of the funnier cries I have, but I have not cried about a wrestler retiring.
All right. Well, I'm glad I got that out of my
How
system.
close were we close to tears when Micah Parsons tore his ACL?
No tears.
I mean, if you're
Just
crying about John
anger.
Cena, you're 50-50 there.
No tears. I was very upset, though. I went, oh, no. I literally said out loud, season's over, and then I think you and I both tweeted that within a second of each other. Yeah, I mean... And then the longer I thought about it, of course, the glass kept getting closer to half full. And I ultimately said, yeah, I think they can win out.
Then you started being mean to me.
Yeah, and then we lashed out.
So when I asked you when I was
Tears-
the meanest,
tears
there is an
would have been
answer.
better.
I said to Will,
I made a joke, and
the Packers are going to ruin your birthday.
yeah,
Yeah,
which coming from the birthday guy is like the meanest
that's
thing
a
you could
jugular
say.
shot. That's I'm trying to hurt you. I'm hurt.
It's like the video of the kid who's like, I don't care that you broke your elbow. Like, it's that kind of thing.
I know we don't want to move too far in advance.
Yeah.
But there's a real case to be made with the injuries sustained, how they were sustained in the time of the year they were sustained, that we should probably just be looking towards 2027.
Yeah, I'm not ready to have that conversation yet, but you could be right about that. You could get Tucker Kraft back right at the beginning of the year.
You could.
It's probably not going to happen.
And you're always uncertain about the effectiveness in that first year back. The best case you can make is the remarkable MVP season from Adrian Peterson after he tore his ACL, returned in 9 months, and then rushed for 2,000 yards.
Christian Watson has been really good.
Yeah, but I mean, we're grading on two scales here, and this is no disrespect to Christian Watson.
Well, right, you're talking MVP versus...
yeah, right.
But a guy who certainly looks the part of number one receiver coming off an ACL tear earlier.
But even
this
then,
year.
he's a Packers number one wide receiver.
Right.
He's not a Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson,
not yet.
Whoever you want it to be.
Not yet.
And that's sort of the part where you start to get really in the doldrums.
I guess the conversation I want to have then is, what are we watching for? Like, what are we hoping for? What's best case?
Yeah, growth from Matthew Golden.
We liked what we saw from him in the fourth quarter yesterday.
Maybe Lucas Van Ness can, given more opportunity and a better status of health, can prove to be a portion of the future.
Okay.
Jordan Love's continued ascension. Will he be put the team on my back guy? Will he be able to basically will the Packers to a victory or two here to end the season? Because it's getting thin out there in terms of talent you would like there, and talent that's been missing. It's sort of just who can grow and who can continue to solidify themselves as good players. Kind of crazy though. Matthew Golden gets opportunities and he's wide open. Wonder if
I knew that was coming eventually.
Wonder if we could have saw that coming. If we could have maybe tried to exploit that.
I knew you weren't big enough to not say that the day after.
I just had some. I had some ideas throughout the course of the season. I thought they were good ideas.
I knew this.
I thought other people.
You know what? I'm mad at myself. This is my own fault. I asked you what we should be looking for, and I was kind of hoping you'd go get into the playoffs, win the NFC North.
What? I mean,
you can still win the North.
We're Packers fans. North title's nice, but I'm here for Super Bowls.
And that's completely ruled out.
Done. Finito.
Yeah.
Chief Keef.
I don't understand that reference.
I don't 100% either.
This is a song, Finito.
Oh.
Okay. Do you think Chief Keef made up the word finito?
No.
Okay. I still think this is a team that can win a playoff game, but I don't know that if I'd go a whole lot for it. Well, but they win the North, they're getting a home playoff game wild card weekend when one of us is staying with Will. And
you win the North and you play the Niners. How the hell is a Micah Parsons less defense going to stop them?
Yeah, they don't. That would be a bad matchup. I was kind of hoping for the Bears.
Even then, who the hell's going to stop Caleb Williams from running around? I watched Rashawn Gary just stop when he was chasing down Caleb. He said, "Well, that guy's too far."
Yeah,
I'm out of breath.
It's just
Kicker chimes in. Great username. 4-year Super Bowl window, one has expired. There's 3 years left.
I'm ready to expire 2 of them.
I think you're getting too far ahead of yourself.
You think so, but of course you think that.
Well, they have a full off season.
You sure do.
And frankly, if they make a move in free agency, if they make the right early draft, which they haven't done in years,
is getting first in the division and having playing a first place schedule.
Well, that's probably what's going to happen. You're the best quarterback in the division.
Do you like going up against the other division leaders without Micah Parsons' first 6 weeks?
I mean, it's certainly not ideal.
No.
But who are your options? I mean, you get the Eagles, who are going to be coming back down to earth.
Beat you like a drum. Run it down your throat.
3-point game.
No, I said they will.
It's the Rams and then probably the Buccaneers.
You got a chance against the Buccaneers.
I think you're still in the depression. You might even, you're not at acceptance yet of the 5 stage grief.
I've accepted.
He's in 2026.
I'm looking towards 2027.
But he's doomsdaying.
I've gone through all of the scenarios.
He's pulling what I used to give Hunter such a hard time for, and that's doomsday fan. He's there.
No.
And so it's all going to be bad until it's not bad anymore.
Well, yeah.
And there's going to be plenty of good. Like I said, I still think if they get the right matchup, this is still a team that can win a playoff game this year.
I like how you say that with no irony.
Why would there be irony?
When you trade 2 first-round picks for a guy, you're paying 2 guys astronomical amounts of money. The margin for error is thin, and every lost opportunity decreases exponentially your chances of then winning in the future. Your best opportunity to win a Super Bowl is this year.
Mm-hmm.
And every year after that, it's going to decline and decrease. You have less assets. You have less money. This is, you could call it doomsday, but I feel like I'm speaking realistically, and I think you're speaking as the bleeding heart, green and gold glasses. I'm a member of ownership on the team. My Packers are always the best because they're my Packers.
Well, sure, there's probably some level to that. I won't argue with that, but I still think when you have a quarterback that's playing as well as Jordan Love is, that helps your floor a lot.
Yeah, right. We're talking floor. I'm talking ceiling.
I understand that, but I'm saying
no ceilings. Lil Wayne.
Well,
rap references.
Okay. I could probably get in the mix of this. Just give me a minute. Yeah, I got it. So when it comes to the floor, Shorty had the Maple bottom jeans boots with the floor.
That was so bad. That was
that's actually not the reference I was going to make.
So bad.
But when you look at the floor, right? Like for a lot of teams, this could be destructive. This means you're losing out. This means you're losing all swagger. This means you're losing all momentum for this season. And I don't think that's necessarily the case for Green Bay yet. Now, again, I agree with you. I don't think they're winning the Super Bowl now. And I after last week's win over the Bears, I thought, yeah, it's back on. They can totally win the Super Bowl. They're totally in the mix. Losing Micah Parsons hurts that a lot. But when you have a quarterback that's playing as well as Jordan Love is, that still gives you a chance in every game you play. That's the Aaron Rodgers effect we've talked about before.
Yeah.
Is he as good as Aaron Rodgers yet? No. The answer's no.
I've heard people make these references too of Rodgers, and when you thought you had Rodgers, you had a chance. Do you remember when the Packers had a UDFA covering Julio Jones in a playoff game, and they got their doors blown off?
Yeah, you're referring to Ladarius Gunter.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Correct. We didn't think we had a chance then. I know people might have convinced themselves, but I think everyone knew.
No, but that was the season you also shouldn't have beaten the Cowboys. But Aaron Rodgers did Aaron Rodgers stuff and made that Jared Cook throw, and Mason Crosby hit that giant field goal.
The beautiful thing about this conversation we're having is you're proving my point and you're not aware. We are talking about the same thing, but you're confirming my point.
Hold on, I wasn't done yet.
If you win a playoff game, that's great. And as Homer says, anything short of a Super Bowl is fiddling and diddling.
I don't know if that's the case anymore.
What do you mean anymore?
You said...
You can't move the goalposts out.
But hold on. Josh said in November the season was over. He moved the goalpost out.
It was for a fact. We're doing a thing here. We're entertaining.
So I can't make a case then? It's not entertaining? It's not...
You are going to be the eternal optimist. We understand it. I'm going to be negative. But to say now this matters if you win a playoff game?
No, I'm just saying they could get hot.
Whoop-de-doo. They can't win a Super Bowl. Come on.
I don't think they win a Super Bowl.
Then what are we doing here?
I think they can get to Super Bowl.
Oh, jeez.
You do not.
Talk about somebody going through the stages of grief.
You're in denial.
I think they need to catch
out
out
in denial.
You've built a four what's it called, a condo. You've got multiple properties. You are in denial like none other.
Would you say they need to catch some breaks?
Catch some breaks and get hot.
Sean Gary needs to get struck by lightning and become superhuman breaks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't argue with that.
Are they going to find?
They need Henry Rowengarter to get the surgery for his arm.
Rookie of the year. I know that reference. I never got to make my rap reference.
Well, you gave us the apple bottom jeans, and we all sort of moved on.
Yeah, I think we might be good on the rap references for today.
Speaking of rap music,
Just looking out for you.
She hit the floor.
you should look up, and we can actually dive into this later. But Nas released an album. Now, Nas, I believe to be one of the greatest rappers ever. Probably one of the greatest rap albums of all time in Illmatic. He's now rapping about crypto. And the blockchain. A whole album about it. It's crazy.
This has been an interesting show this far.
I just came across that information, and I was deeply saddened the same way I was when Micah Parsons, that replay from the other end zone angle, where his bottom of his leg is one way, and you can see the shift. That was disheartening. You thought, oh, maybe it's just something, and I said, well, see ya.
Yep.
Finito. Chief Keef.
Thank you. That's a rap reference.
I gotta be honest, I don't remember the last time I felt this low as a Packers fan in the middle of the season.
Wait, but you just said they can make the Super Bowl.
But I feel low. But,
Okay.
but I said last week,
You got to pick a side. You going to be happy or you going to be sad?
Play
You going to be
both
the optimist or the pessimist?
I'm optimistic, but I'm sad. I'm more optimistic than everybody else, but still
Hoping
sad.
for the best, but expecting the worst.
You know what this is we're just basically a therapy session for him to just say things out loud and make himself feel better. He doesn't believe a damn word he's saying.
Or he's just trying to make both sides of the fan base happy. He doesn't want to just pick a side.
Can you be the lowest point you've been as a Packer fan and then try and tell us that, they can make a Super Bowl?
I don't believe that as much as I believe my sadness. I'm saying they could.
So
last week it was a very different. I had a very different.
I mean, if you're in the playoffs, of course you could.
Right.
That's just literally how it works.
And they're going to make the playoffs, and I still think they're going to win the division. I think they could win out the rest of the regular season.
They're in a great spot to make the playoffs.
I think they're in a great spot to win the North.
Would I be floored if the Packers lose the next two? No.
No, I don't know that I would be either. Given what they look like in the fourth quarter, but
this is why this program's fast.
Can you hold on?
There's no integrity.
Hold on.
No one has ever agreed with me while disagreeing with me more than you. I just don't think you like my tone.
I don't like your tone. You're right about that. So,
if I said it nicer,
let me talk, and then we can revisit. So, what we saw in the fourth quarter yesterday, I think you can agree with me. That is not what you expect from the Packers the remainder of the regular season.
No. The moment Micah Parsons went down, I basically threw out everything that happened from that point forward.
I agree with that.
I think
outside of some of the Matthew Golden involvement was fun to see and nice to see, and hopefully there's more of that.
Yes, but we all know it was a result of the injury and he was given opportunities he previously wouldn't give, despite probably being worthy of them.
Yep.
But yeah, no, that stadium was silent.
Yeah.
You could see the look of shock on everyone's face.
Well, I think everybody went, holy crap, the best player that's part of this game is now no longer a part of it. That's a brutal injury.
So this is the first time this happened in a long time. Stopped watching.
Oh, I didn't do that.
I knew they had the ball and they had a chance to score, and I said, no.
It was kind of like punishment, but I kept watching.
I said, come on, this isn't good.
And then, of course, you know me. By the end of the game, when they had the opportunity down 8, I said, they might bring this to overtime.
Josh, what'd you do when you stopped watching?
I went back into my library, kicked my feet up, checked some fantasy scores, texted you guys, told Will his family was classless.
Yeah. You did do that. You did do that.
Which I thought everyone understood was a joke. I don't think everyone did.
Some didn't.
Dr. Denver Dan.
The thumbnail.
Dr. Denver Dan joins us. Says today has been very tough to remain positive, especially living in Denver. I believe that.
Smoke more dope.
So, anyway, the point I was trying to make before I was so rudely interrupted multiple times is I have faith in Matt LaFleur. As I get interrupted again, I have faith in Matt LaFleur to dial some things up the next few weeks. I have faith in Jeff Hafley to get creative. Again, I am not expecting a top 5 unit the next 3 weeks. But I do think whether that's sending Edrin Cooper in blitz more or creative ways to get after the opposing quarterback. And again, I called it an audition earlier for Jeff Hafley. He's still going to be looked at as a top candidate for a head coaching job. So without Micah Parsons, if he's able to make some noise and get this team the NFC North title, I think that's going to go a long way for his head coaching candidacy. So that's why I think I'm still holding out hope that, okay, you've got 2 really creative minds on both sides of the ball. How good are they? That's where my absolute peak of optimism comes into play. We're okay. If Matt LaFleur and Jeff Hafley are coaching like their hair's on fire the next couple of weeks, maybe they can bust off a run and get to an NFC Championship game. But at the end of the day, I do ultimately feel it's going to be very, very hard to get there without Micah Parsons. And without Tucker Kraft, I don't want to leave that one to the side either, because that's something I've felt like the last several weeks. Now, another part of this is how serious are the injuries to those other 3 guys who are so integral to what you do? Christian Watson seems like he's missed every serious injury. No collarbone, no punctured lung, no broken ribs. He's okay. And it sounds like could play as soon as this Saturday in Chicago. We'll see what happens there. Evan Williams and Zach Tom are both knee injuries. And I don't know if there's a program on ESPN Wisconsin that's been more complimentary to what Evan Williams has done this year than us. Evan Williams has been so impressive in year 2 and such a good safety at the back end of this defense. So how serious is that knee injury for Evan Williams? That sounds like he escaped without a serious injury as well, without getting, or while being kind of eliminated and ruled out of that game pretty quickly. So the hope is, okay, sure, you lose probably your second and third best player, or most important player, I should say, because Micah Parsons is your best player. I would say he's probably second most important behind Jordan Love. But you lose your second and third most important players for the season to torn ACLs of Micah Parsons and Tucker Kraft. Any team you do that to, I don't care what sport, you take away your second and third most important player, you're going to struggle to reach the expectations that you had. But I'm still holding out hope that maybe Evan Williams can come back. Christian Watson can come back and play an even bigger role. Matthew Golden, who we saw some good things from in the fourth quarter, can start to expand and show, yeah, maybe he is, maybe he is able to live up to the hype of a first-round pick this year. But yeah, I'm ruling out a Super Bowl for the most part, but could they coach like their hair's on fire and manufacture some stuff to get this team on a hot streak? I'm not ruling that out. I have a hard time to rule it out because I do trust both the coaches. But without your best players, obviously it makes it a lot harder. So that's where I'm at. Thank you for not interrupting.
Do you feel better?
No, of course not. How can you feel better about Micah Parsons? How could you possibly feel better?
You're over there selling yourself.
That's what I believe.
I'm unwilling to do that. I'm unwilling to go that far.
Have you done a mock draft yet, Josh?
No, because the Packers don't have a first-round pick.
2027 mock draft?
They don't have a first-round pick that year either.
I actually didn't know that.
Yes, you did.
2 first-round picks.
You did know that. You bet.
Will I start looking at the prospects? Yes.
I saw some people were putting together some with like
Justice.
the second. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're not there yet.
You're not.
Well, let's ride the wave, man. I mean, we should. I can't believe I'm about to say this on Bears Week, but you should take a page out of Will's book. It's house money now, right? Isn't that the way you should look at it?
No.
It's what would you call it that 1 week? Expectationless football,
Yeah.
or can't you participate in the wave?
I hear you.
There's still football to be played.
I hear you.
I'm not just going to close the
Not
book on the
buying
season. I'm watching every game. I'm going to watch every snap
Of
left.
course you are.
So are you.
Yeah, but it's stakesless football.
Okay, so if they win out, you're telling me we get to the playoffs. Let's say they're the 2 seed if they win out. You're not going to look at that and go, okay, maybe.
You also would get a first-round playoff game likely against the Bears, and as a Bears fan, you just hate that.
I love that.
That is the worst matchup in the first round for the Bears.
Nah. It's Super Bowl. This is what we're talking.
I said it on game night last night. I think they could still. There's a chance they could still run the table as long as they have Christian Watson still.
Yeah, that's a big piece. I agree
think
with you.
he is more valuable to the entire team than Micah is.
And maybe this is where we have to give some credit to Goody is thank God he drafted all those pass catchers. Because Musgrave had a couple of nice pops yesterday. Hate to see Josh Wiley go out, and I know he wasn't a draft pick, but I hate to see him go out because he's probably your best pass blocker / pass catcher that can do both very capably.
I got bigger fish to fry than
But then
Josh
when you
Wiley.
look at wide receivers, Christian Watson's made the step. Jaden Reed's still getting healthy. Matthew Golden's still getting healthy. Romeo Dobbs, we could live without. Dontavian Wicks, bad drop that turned into an interception, but you still have faith he can make some big plays. It's not like this team lacks weapons. And oh, by the way, really good game from Josh Jacobs yesterday, despite missing several practices last week.
The Josh Jacobs thing feels like we're just waiting for the shoe to drop.
In terms of?
There's been a nagging injury. He's talking about fluid in his knee. It seems like we're probably going to come to a point where the blows become too much to hack together and he was great yesterday.
He was awesome.
But it seems like we've got a deadline on how long that's going to carry out.
I hope you're wrong, but you could be right.
Yeah.
You very well could be right. But I hope you're wrong. I think you hope you're wrong, too.
I'm wrong as well. Yeah, for his sake.
But
Because he's a consummate professional.
But the 40-yard touchdown run, that was pretty sweet.
What about the catch?
Oh, yeah, the catch was unbelievable.
I didn't know he had that in his bag.
Well, here's the thing. He didn't have when he signed in Green Bay last year, he did not have a passing touchdown in his career. Or a receiving touchdown, I should say.
Also, if that's a touchdown, how is Isaiah Likely's last week not a touchdown?
You've been hooked on that for a full week now.
I mean, come on.
Time to let it go.
Come on.
It's time to let it go.
I can't.
I can tell.
The NFL established new rules on touchdowns.
Okay, since I've been a roller coaster of emotion,
That's why the NHL's better.
and I lost the comment now, but I saw somebody said Strouf is riding the roller coaster of emotions, and we're all just along for the ride. Since that's the case today, I want to do something a little bit different this week with Stock Up, Stock Down, which we do every week, day after Packers games. Some stocks are going up, some stocks are going down. I am actually going to give all of my time to Josh DiMaggio and just let him go, and then I will respond. I have a few at the end that I'm sure he will not hit. Because I do have some stock ups I want to get to, and I do have a couple of stock downs that maybe he'll hit on, and if he does, I'll jump in. But otherwise, I am just going to cede my time to Josh DiMaggio. It is time now for Stock Up, Stock Down on Mr. Relevant with Josh DiMaggio.
Stock down.
Stock down to the season.
Stock down.
Stock down to hopes and dreams.
Stock down.
Stock down to caring about sports.
Stock down.
Stock down to believing in things.
Stock down.
Stock down to not being more of a puck guy.
Stock down.
Stock down to sports.
Stock down.
Stock down to life.
Stock down.
Stock down to caring at all.
Stock down.
Stock down to watching stuff.
Stock down.
Stock down to football.
Stock down.
Stock down to Sundays.
Stock down.
Stock down to occasional Saturday, Thursdays, and Mondays too.
Stock down.
Stock down to owning a TV.
Stock down.
Stock down to couches.
Stock down.
Stock down to calling it pigskin.
Stock down.
Stock down to ACLs.
Hold on.
Stock
Slow
down.
down. Stock down to calling it pigskin. Why?
Just everybody gets it. Everything. Stock down to legs.
Stock down.
Stock down to the number one.
Stock down.
Stock down. Stock down to red zone efficiency.
Stock down.
Stock down to day to day.
Stock down.
Stock down to tackling.
Stock down.
Stock down to Lambeau Field.
Stock down.
Stock down to the NFC North.
Stock down.
Stock down to Vikings fans.
Stock down.
Stock down to Bears fans.
Stock down.
Stock down to 12 men on the field penalties.
True.
Stock down.
Stock down to late season heartbreak.
Stock down.
Stock down to moral victories.
Stock down.
Stock down to scoreboard watching.
Stock down.
Stock down to believing it'll be different this time.
Stock down.
Yeah.
Stock down to the Green Bay Packers.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Give me one stock down, please.
Stock down.
Stock down to optimism, man. That really killed my vibe. I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm trying to, bring together every shred of tiny bits and pieces of optimism I can possibly find. I'm really going to struggle after that. I agree with you. That's how it felt when we saw Micah Parsons go down yesterday. Again, I don't want to say the season's over because there's still football to be played, no matter if they make the playoffs or not, no matter if they win the North or not. There's still at least 3 games to be played, and I think they will make the playoffs. And frankly, I do believe they'll win the North. I don't think they're losing to Chicago on Saturday.
You will. I hope you are going to do a meticulous case of keeping track of how many times he said that. Because he's saying it a lot. And
I don't not agree with him. I think in terms of injuries,
You agree with me?
yes.
yeah, you have to throw a lot of things out the window. Like we said last week, it's a rivalry game. Like, things happen. Like, they had the blocked field goal last year. I know the Packers had a lot of injuries, but Caleb Williams leading the game-winning drive in an improbable season for the Bears. Like, things happen in the rivalry game. So I'm not going to declare it a win. I'm not going to declare it a loss. Like, the Packers are still favored to win that game. I think anything can happen.
If I were a Bears fan, I would make sure to listen to every time you're in front of a microphone. I would then cut every time you said the Packers are going to beat the Bears, and then I would make a super cut of every time you said it and playing it back to you.
It's just
on
incredible. I know Bears fans did that last week, and guess how many of them I heard from until last night? The answer's 0.
Yeah, but guess what?
Why are you looking at me?
No, not you. Just
the lash out.
Just
That's
your
why
compadres.
You took me off the thumbnail.
Acquaintances. No, there's the one dude who's just awful. I'm blanking on his name on Twitter. Captain Caleb, I think it is. Oh, he came out of the woodwork last night after I didn't hear from him for a week and a half.
You mean the guy who's named his entire Twitter account to the first round pick disappointment?
Yeah. So anyway, all right.
First overall pick disappointment.
I do have some stock ups.
Let's lash out.
Let's hit a few stock ups.
Stock up.
To Josh Jacobs, I think that one's obvious. Playing through the pain, obviously the longest touchdown run he had of the year, an amazing catch in the end zone. Who knew he was such a good pass catcher? That was a talented catch for him in the corner of the end zone. I thought he had an awesome game and played through the pain and is ultimately what had the Packers in front until a million injuries started piling up. And they were certainly in the driver's seat of that game. So Josh Jacobs, I thought he was awesome. I've got another stock up.
Stock up.
Let's stay on the offense. We mentioned Matthew Golden pretty briefly, but good to see him get some of those reps after Christian Watson exited the game. He is a guy that we just haven't seen a ton of, whether that's injury related, whether that's he's just not ready related. But I think yesterday proved, okay, maybe he can handle a bigger workload. And, dependent on how long Christian Watson will be sidelined, whether that's 0 weeks or the remainder of the regular season, I think his workload's going to go up. Because I don't think Christian Watson's going to be completely 100% by Saturday. And he is such an intriguing piece to this Packers team. Obviously, the first wide receiver they've drafted in the first round since Javon Walker in the early aughts. He's a fascinating guy to me. And we just haven't gotten to see a ton of him this year. But I thought he was good in the fourth quarter, made the most of his reps, and a guy I'm looking forward to seeing more from, Joshy.
Yeah, I don't think anything's going to really matter this season for Matthew Golden. Matt LaFleur had a plan to redshirt him, to use him sparingly, to break glass in case of emergency. I think when you see him targeted and you see him making catches, it is unlike anybody else on the field, the amount of separation he creates in a short amount of time. The only one I can compare to it is Christian Watson, who at times takes a little time to ramp up. But Matthew Golden has that suddenness, that explosiveness. I think if you were to just replace him with Romeo Doubs, the offense is even more. Put him in Romeo Doubs' spot, give him the same routes and the same opportunities. I think the offense looks even better than it had as it started getting cooking there. I don't think Romeo Doubs makes that back shoulder play.
No, I don't either.
I don't think he gets open on that dig route that they sent him on. That's basically the things we've been just begging the Packers to do with him all season. He gets an opportunity and he immediately makes an impact.
Yeah, 3 catches, 55 yards. Nicely done by him. I'm surprised, Josh, you missed this one.
Stock down.
To the Jordan Love MVP case.
Yeah, toast.
That one's donezo.
Yeah, and I don't think it's really any fault of Jordan Love. I think it has to do with expectations on the season. The Surtain interception, that is what it is. I've seen
it's an underthrow and it was a good interception.
I didn't think, to me watching it, it didn't feel that underthrown. It felt like they were probably at both of their limits. Maybe it floated a little too long, but he jumped over Christian Watson, who's not a small guy, and just basically replaced him in his position.
Bo Nix and Josh Allen have both leapfrogged Jordan Love in the MVP odds over at Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Bo Nix?
Above the rest of Potawatomi. Matthew Stafford, the heavy favorite, now minus 286. Drake May plus 400. Josh Allen plus 500. Bo Nix in fourth.
How much?
Plus 7,500. And then Jordan Love right behind him at plus 8,000.
How much Would you be willing to bet $10,000 to win 100 that Bo Nix doesn't win MVP?
Yeah.
That is just...
Yeah, I would.
I mean, we saw his best ever career game.
It was his best passing game. He was really good in that 33-point comeback against the Giants, statistically. He had 2 rushing touchdowns in the fourth quarter, then I think 2 passing, and had a ton of yards. So that game against the Giants was probably statistically his best game, but his best passing game, without a doubt, 4-touchdown game yesterday against this Packers
Halfley got
defense.
his lunch eaten.
Yeah, but again, I think we can cut him some grace losing Micah Parsons and Evan Williams.
I know.
Those are 2 super crucial pieces.
That defense didn't look that good prior to those injuries.
No, and maybe they just aren't as good as we thought they were. And that's what Homer said last night on Green Bay game night, and he might be right about that. I don't know that I'd agree with all of the verbiage he used to say that, but
I don't think that's accurate.
2 weeks in a row where they haven't looked great.
Yeah, I mean, they held the problem is when they commit to stopping something, they're pretty good at it.
No.
What did they average rushing yards? Like less than 3 yards. The Broncos, they clearly knew that was going to be a path for them. The thing is, and the problem is just Bo Nix had the game of his life. They clearly knew and took advantage of how aggressive both of the Packers corners play. And we're ready to go over the top on them, and we're basically baiting them into situations where they knew they could isolate those guys on the outside.
Yeah. Amy chimes in and says, Josh, that's exactly how I feel today. All of your stock downs. Mm-hmm. So there you go. That's stock up, stock down.
Thank you, Amy.
On Mr. Irrelevant on this Monday after the Packers lose Micah Parsons for the season to a torn ACL. Micah Parsons on Twitter, Hunter, I believe you have this ready for the video stream. Those of you joining us on YouTube, goes ahead and pretty much says, this won't stop me. The normal I'm out for the season phrase with some pictures, and calls the injury his greatest test yet. And obviously feel bad for him, feel for the dude, but you love this from the dude. Immediately after he releases this statement, he tweets a picture of a lion with just the word September. So Micah Parsons, who is a freak of a human being and athlete, wants to be back for the regular season. We'll see if that's possible. 9 months is typically about the turnaround time, but for a guy that moves as quickly and as strongly as he does, we'll see if 9 months is realistic. But you hope to have both him and Tucker Kraft back by October. That would be the ultimate goal, and then that's when I think you can still keep 2026 in the championship conversation, but you hope both those guys are able to return stronger, faster, et cetera, and still as dominant as they've been previously. So we will see on that. All right, I'm going to regret doing this, but it is that time of the week where we pass the baton over to our resident Bears fan, Will Sommers, as he does his best Chris Berman impression, and he gives us Will Sommers' weekend in review.
All right, let's go out to Denver, where the Broncos hosted the Packers in a potential future Super Bowl matchup. On the first drive of the game, Micah Parsons looked like a Dallas police officer the way he locked up R.J. Harvey Oswald and forced a fumble that led to a Packers field goal. After not playing like himself in the first quarter, Bo nixed in a water and found the Godfather, Michael Marlon Brandy, for a 20-yard touchdown pass to give Denver a 7-6 lead. On the ensuing Packer drive, Matt LaFleur decided to run the Bill Belichick girlfriend to flannel expert offense as Jordan found Josh for a 14-yard touchdown pass to make it 13-7 Packers. On the next Bronco drive, Bo Nix was shopping for toddler shoes and picked out some Lil Jordans, finding Humphrey for a 5-yard touchdown pass to give the Broncos the lead back.
That's good.
Brandon McManus was like Wendy's the way he went 4 for 4 on field goals, including a 35-yarder to give the Packers a 16-14 lead at the half. To start the second half, Josh Jacob Elordi gave Packers fans euphoria as he ran for a 40-yard touchdown to give the Packers back the lead, a 23-14 lead. Just as the Packers are looking to extend the lead in the third, a Jordan Love interception to Patrick Surflame set the season ablaze as the G&G suffered injuries to Christian Watson and Micah Parsons within minutes of each other. With the Packers defense still believing they had it all covered up, Bo Richard Nixon opened up the Watergate with touchdown passes to Cortland Sutton and Troy Franklin to put them back in front 27-23. Looking to put the game away, RJ Steve Harvey ended the family feud with a 4-yard touchdown run to give the Broncos a 34-26 lead. Looking to keep the flame of the game alive, Jordan Love looked like Keanu Reeves the way he tried to become one with Dontavian John Wicks, but threw an interception to seal a 34-26 Broncos win. Packers will now head to Soldier Field to take on the Bears next week with your Will's Week in Review. I'm Will Sommers.
Well, Lance chimes in. This might be Will's best work yet.
We were just short. You missed an opportunity with some sort of Jack Ruby reference.
They aren't going to know that
Lee Harvey
reference.
Oswald. Yeah, the look I got from him was, I mean, goodness gracious. I'm worried about our schools.
Yeah.
America's public school system is in deep trouble.
What happened?
Jack Ruby is a very important figure when it is in relation to Lee Harvey Oswald.
Oh, is that the other? Well, who they think the other shooter was?
Nope.
Nope.
Homework for Wednesday, Strouf. You have to learn who he is.
Hold on. Will knows who he is?
Yes.
Go ahead.
He's the guy that murdered Lee Harvey Oswald.
Oh, in the courtroom.
Walking to the courtroom, yes, or the
It's
jail.
underneath in a
It's being transported.
Well, that video's out there. I've seen that video.
Of course, yeah.
So if there
Happened
wasn't
on
any
live TV.
So if there was never a video, would you have known about it?
I would probably know of it happening, but I probably would not have the knowledge I do. But I guess I didn't even know his name. So,
Did you ever learn this in like history class? This was like,
does the name Sirhan mean anything to you?
no, it doesn't. Well,
I don't know that one.
Strouf's about to go down a Wikipedia rabbit hole.
I love a good Wikipedia rabbit hole. Twist my arm.
Sirhan was a patsy.
I don't know what that means either.
I know. I knew I could say something and you'd have no idea, and Hunter would understand it. And some of the people in the YouTube chat would too, but I mean, earlier I read a tweet out loud about how like 50% of Americans have a 6th grade reading level. I asked you to name yours and you said B.
Hold on.
Yeah, he said.
In my defense,
he counted us down from 3. He asked me and Strouf, "What grade
Hold
is your
on.
reading level at?"
hold on. And I said to like, you want me to give you a school
No,
grade?
you did.
And I wasn't listening to his setup. And he said, yes, a school grade. So in my head, I thought they meant A through F.
Yeah. Reading, listening, comprehension, all that.
I just wasn't listening. It wasn't a comprehension issue. It was just a pure listening issue.
It's a awfully useful excuse.
I'd say my reading level's like a college sophomore.
Yeah. As with everything else that we've learned about you, you tend to overestimate your own abilities.
Now, in
Yeah.
my defense, I was always so. I don't know if I've told this story
Here
before,
we
but my mother was a teacher, so I was reading very early on. And in kindergarten, I was in the highest reading group alongside a man by the name of Spencer.
In kindergarten.
Yes, but so I'll get to the crescendo in a
spot
moment.
run.
So me and Spencer were in the advanced reading group with our late teacher, Miss O, God rest her soul. And Spencer went on to skip the 1st grade and then skip the 3rd grade. Got a 36 on his ACT twice. Got a full ride to Stanford University and has 2 degrees in some sort of engineering and makes a lot of money.
If he went and got a 36, why would he take it again?
Because I don't know why. Actually, that's a
Paul
great
don't
question.
lie.
I think maybe
Just
they were
wanted to
like,
dab on him?
Yeah, he just did it again.
maybe they were like, if you
Stun on
do
him.
it twice, you get a full ride at pretty much any university because you're a genius.
I think one's usually good enough.
I know he did it twice because they did a news story on it.
I got like a 25, and I was like, I'm never stepping foot near another ACT. Like, this is great.
Will just wanted to drop in. He got a 25.
Well, I know that's lower than both of what you guys got. We discussed that before the show.
That
so.
is true. That is true. Which I would say my reading comprehension should show it's pretty good if I got this good as I did in the ACT. But they're here and right
You
there.
also, that's something you have to like. It's a skill you have to continue to maintain. And
Yeah, but I read.
You saying
I
a
don't
college
read books,
sophomore
but I read
Strouf,
every
like-
day.
yes, but not at what a college sophomore would actually be. Like, I don't think you realize how
who knows
advanced
now?
what they would actually expect from someone who's in college, unless you're going to Oklahoma, apparently. But
I have a bachelor's degree.
And
I was a college
Great.
sophomore, and then a college
Fees get
junior, and then a college
degrees.
senior.
a bachelor's degree, and I can say this as somebody who doesn't have one and made no use of it, but you and I have ended up in the same spot now.
That's true.
It's an attendance thing.
Definitely. No, I don't. College is a scam. I'm not arguing.
And I'm
with
not.
that.
This is not to denigrate you or our profession, but I imagine you went for something that wasn't super intensive in terms of like skills and retention and complicated formulas. Like, it feels like you probably went to mass media, journalism.
Yeah, media studies. Yeah.
That's a show up degree.
To a point.
Sometimes
To a
not
point.
even.
To a point.
It's like a 50% show up degree.
Yeah, I would say I got more experience outside of the classroom than in the classroom, and more growth of skill set and whatnot. But anyway, all right. Well, we did end up in the same place, and
You
that
were
is
splitting the atom.
that is okay. Enough. That was the end of the show, which is time for what we missed and what we learned, which is presented by Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in Door County. It is the holiday season, so you got to elevate your holidays, whatever you've got going on the next couple of weeks. Which, programming note on that front, this will be our final normal week of shows for the year. Me and Joshy are both off the remainder of the year after this year. I will sprinkle some updates and some Packers reaction in the Mr. Relevant podcast feed and some stuff on YouTube, but nothing live at our normal time after this week. So make sure you subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Wisconsin, or ESPN Wisconsin app if you have not already, because that will be where you get us the remainder of the year until we return following the Packers-Vikings game at the end of the year, and then hopefully a playoff push. We will be back with you ahead of that every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So, anyway, all that said, Door County Distillery, visit the website, doorcountydistillery.com. Gins, whiskeys, brandies, rums, all the in-betweens, available statewide, affordable, award-winning, and local. Find the retailer nearest you, as well as a huge list of unique cocktail recipes, including festive recipes. Joshy!
Oh, ho, ho.
Come on.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Very good. At their website, doorcountydistillery.com.
Are we going to get a Santa to play there?
Oh, we definitely have one. I just don't know that Will or I ever did anything with it.
Good. Good work. Good work, everyone.
Yeah, it's somewhere.
I wanna shout out to this person in the chat.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes. You guys had 3 great QBs in the last 35 years and only got 2 Super Bowls out of it. Laughing face. Will,
Get your fan base.
You guys gotta stop grouping me in with
Yeah,
every single person.
but it's obviously Bears fans.
and after the way yesterday went between you and your father being mean,
Whoa.
Yeah, your father was mean to us.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I don't really know what to say.
Got to talk to him about that.
the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Yeah, we're bad winners.
But I love how they always say you guys only got 2 Super Bowls in the last 35 years.
What an own.
That dates back to 1990 for the record.
Do you know how many the Bears had?
The answer's 0. Yeah. What an own. Got us. I'm looking forward to Saturday. Will, you looking forward to Saturday?
Yeah, are we betting again? I had a good idea, but
You did have a good idea, and I'd like you to bring it up here.
I was thinking, and this has, like I said earlier, I'm not super confident, but I think spray tans. Loser gets a spray tan, full
So
body.
you're just
I did
stealing
see
the bet from Barstool. They literally just did this
Yeah.
last week.
I'm
I
also
didn't see
kind
this.
of pale, so I was thinking like I could use one. It's a win-win
Do you have
bet.
a coupon at your gym? Is that why?
They don't do tans there.
That was a good thought by Hunter.
Whatever our standings update for.
NFL picks.
Yeah.
I think it's bad news for me as I went 0-2 this weekend.
I went 0-2 as well. I don't know how the Patriots blew that game. They were up 24 to
Well,
nothing.
They did. It was 21-7 and then 24-7.
Oh,
Well-
okay.
Yep.
What did you go?
I also went 0-2.
Oh, wow.
Oof.
I believed in the Saints. Shout out
Nicely
to me.
done.
So Josh, you said you went 2-0?
1-1.
1-1?
I picked the Packers.
So you are 16-13. Strouf, me and Strouf are also 16-13. Right, Strouf, you had you had the Vikings? You went 1-1?
No, I had the Bengals. Vikings last week.
Oh, okay.
The Bengals got shut out. I'm watching it on
They
TV.
sure did. Yeah, they sure did.
16-13. Hold on, I'm just adding them all up. Hunter, you went 0-2?
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
All right, so we have a 3-way tie for second place, and then Hunter's still in first place.
So we have
Hey.
a 3-way tie for last place.
The second place and last place.
Yep.
And third place.
Boy.
And Hunter's one game ahead of
One
us?
game ahead.
I'm going to be honest.
Oh, boy.
If both of you, if we have a tie for last, like, I think then it's just a show sleepover somewhere. Like,
You got enough room in your apartment, Will?
I got 2 couches that people could sleep on, and then we could bring like an air mattress. So
Yeah.
yeah, we could make it work.
That would be...
I also have 3 TVs. Could
that
be 4.
living room in the morning. Oh,
It's gonna smell.
I don't even like that thought. Will, did we miss anything?
I didn't know what this phrase "splitting the atom" was because I thought
Oh, good Lord.
if you guys want something to laugh at, if you want me to make your day a little better, all the Packers fans that are having a bad day, I thought Josh was talking for some reason about like an Adam's apple, so I was like, splitting that. Does that mean Strouf is... Then I realized it was the chemistry atom.
That's correct, yeah.
So the molecular atom.
There you go.
Yeah.
The atom
So
with a
then
T.
it's basically the saying it's not rocket science.
I mean, he did it right. He got there at the end.
It's the fact that
This
he
is
needed
just
to
like
get
accountability.
I
could have never brought this up.
and maybe
I just did it.
Props to you.
Yeah.
and
We appreciate you.
And maybe the fact that I'm the way I am is the reason I'm aware of things like splitting the atom. But to me, somebody like you too often, life must be just so wonderfully curious all the time.
I mean, you will give me credit. I am a wonderfully curious guy.
Because you guys are intercepting things that you have no understanding for. You're constantly at a point of like, that's an interesting turn of phrase. I wonder what that means.
Man.
You're very right.
That to me would be a joy.
I gotta leave. I can't do this anymore. It's been a pleasure. What a day in therapy session this was for me. Appreciate you all hanging out with us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison. We do this each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday beginning at 12:30 Central. We will flip our attention to Bears Week on Wednesday. Will's got to be feeling good over there.
I'm staying down to earth.
All right, we will discuss your down-to-earthness.
Staying down to earth.
More on
You
Wednesday.
stayed down to
I know.
I don't think anyone's ever been more down to earth than me right now.
You're scared.
Yeah, he's scared. That's what that is.
Because you know what hell it would be.
Also, just a quick shout out, Wisconsin volleyball moving on, and Hunter, obviously the executive producer of the Wisconsin Volleyball Radio Network. So congratulations to them on their win yesterday over Texas, 3-1. They will head to Kansas City for the Final Four, which begins later this week. Hunter, are you going to Kansas City?
It does not look like it, no. So I'll be up here for the match on Thursday against Kentucky, and then hopefully Sunday against either Texas A&M or Pittsburgh.
Texas A&M and Pittsburgh.
Are the Badgers the remaining favorite at this point?
They're the 3 seeds, probably not.
Yeah, if I had to guess, it would be Pittsburgh, then Wisconsin, and then Kentucky, and then Texas A&M. A&M's never been, they hadn't even been to a regional final before they beat undefeated Nebraska. So my thought there is that A&M, that might have been their Super Bowl. And then the Badgers, the way they're playing right now, Pittsburgh's the team that I'd be the most concerned with, but I'm trying not to get ahead of myself. But I feel very confident.
The impression I've had the entire time is, yes, the Badgers had a 3 seed, but they're probably better than they had played in the regular season, and their seeding would
because they were dealing with injuries and stuff.
Yeah, Charlie Furbringer missed about a month. Grace Egan missed some time as well. Those two are back, and Charlie Furbringer, already the best setter in the country, and she has taken her game to a whole nother level, which has then led to the rest of the team going to a whole nother level, and it's been so impressive.
Did I see someone set the all-time kills record?
For a single season, Mimi Collier did for Wisconsin. She said in a single season, in less sets than Sarah Franklin did it.
That's the volleyball version of Russell Wilson. Mimi Collier.
I honestly think she's even better. Given the fact that she's gotten them to been a huge part of getting them to a Final Four.
Sure. Yeah,
it just seems like there's Olympic talent that's gone through Wisconsin.
Always.
Yeah.
And to just do that in a single season is quite.
Shout out.
Yep.
To Wisconsin volleyball. All right, we'll be back with you on Wednesday, beginning at 12:30 Central. ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and of course available wherever you get your podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, ESPN Wisconsin app. Yes.
Since we have such a great relationship with the women's volleyball team,
yes,
do you think we could set up maybe in the off season one of the girls sending serves over and you trying to return?
Yes.
I'm sure we could. I'm sure there is a waiver we would need to sign because with how hard they do that, like Strouf could end up with a broken nose, concussion.
Well, serves, I'll be okay.
No.
If they're spiking at me, then yes, that's broken
Strouf,
nose.
I'm telling you, no.
Here
All right, we gotta go.
No.
We gotta go. We'll talk about it. We'll talk to you on Wednesday. Peace.